Hey there. I wanted to show you how I clean my brushes. Sometimes I use a regular towel, but usually I use paper towels, and the reason why is because sometimes I think a towel just soaks up so much, and since I am using this Cinema Secrets that I got off of Amazon, but I know mascara, we have one, but it has not been in stock since I've been with the company. So you do what you gotta do, because I clean these once a week. So I just open this little container that I pour that into, and then I will dip the brush in. I don't soak it. So I just pour a little bit in here because I can always add more too. So remember that. I'll start out though with my bigger brushes, and this one I definitely use for blush. You can see the coloring on there. I just dip it in there a little bit, and then I just wipe like this, and see, and then it's soaking through. And if I've got a towel or something, it really soaks in. So I try not to use a towel. And this is a really old sink area anyway, so it's not gonna hurt it. But I know see, look how clean that is. Now I'm gonna dip this in. Now I'm gonna get a little more on this because it's a little fluffier. I know that, can you see the dark color here getting on there? Because also I'm wanting to get the sides, but it's not soaking. It's not soaking wet at all. So since this is damp, I'm just wiping it right along there. Then you can squeeze it here too. But it doesn't take much. They clean up really nicely. And then I have a little stand that I sit my brushes on. I ordered this off of Amazon. It's an acrylic, it's an acrylic pen holder, which also can be used for makeup brushes. So that's what I use. And I know some people were asking if I could get on here and clean my brushes. So I didn't use much, but I used it all on that one brush. I'll pour a little more in here. Like I said, I just do little bits at a time because I do not want to get too much on the brush. See, and look at all that brown coming off of there. But look how nice and clean it is. Cleaning your brushes once a week is really important so you get the bacteria and everything out of your brushes. And then here, I haven't even dipped this one yet. I'm just gonna wipe it on here. I'm gonna just flip this over. Tiny bit here. There's not going to be much on this because I did wipe it on the other side. This is my 30-second hack brush. But look how nice and white it is now. Everything looks really nice. Now, this is my Best Blend Forever brush, and I use it. Look how dirty it is. I use that, I mean, constantly. So I'm going to put it there. This one should be, and you can tell, my dirtiest brush. I use it the most. My cousin Kim has 2 of them. She uses it so much, and she's like, just in case when it wears out, I have another. So, but look how nicely that looks. But what I'll do is I'm just going to toss that in the sink there. Get a little bit more, just to make sure this is clean. There's not really anything in there, so. But as you can tell, there's a tiny bit of brown on here, so and you can tell by this, I'm not pouring very much out at a time. But I am looking forward to mascaras when that comes in. I believe it's mid-July. because I heard it smells like, I think, cotton candy or something. And so that would be awesome. Okay, now I'm just gonna wipe here and make sure it's good and dry. This little brush is incredible. I love it. You see that makeup? My granddaughter says, makeups. I do makeups with you. So there's makeups right there. There we go. And you just want to go till you can see that it's white again and it's nice and clean. And then these will, you know, these are for my eyeshadows. Doesn't take much. You can tell I do a lot of darker eyeliner with that one. It's purple. And then this is my blend and tap, which that one I press in. So it's definitely going to have some darker colors in it. There we go, nice and clean. This end, I'm just going to wipe. I've got one more left. There you go, nice and white, nice and white. I need to pour it just a smidge in for that last brush. I try not to have, even though you've got a lid and I could probably leave some in there, I try not to though. So anyway. This eyeshadow brush, pretty. I eyeshadow everything. I knew it would be a little more dirty because I use it every darn day. Woo, look at the dark. But these brushes are amazing, and so taking care of them is crucial. I will wipe my brush off, like all my brushes, after you guys see me do a video or something. When I'm done, I wipe my brushes off. I'll use kind of a little bit of a damp cloth, not very damp, but just a little bit, and then I wipe it on a dry towel, just because I want to keep them fresh and nice as long as possible. There we go. Nice and white again. Now, something I wanted to show you, see, and then that's all gone. And so I always wipe the inside out. Okay, so that's done, but something else I wanted to show you and share with you is my sponge, my Perfector sponge. This sponge, look how dirty it is. It's yucky. I've had it for several months, but what I do with this, yeah, you can see the sink. I let this get good and warm to rinse it out, but for right now, I'm gonna let it soak up some water. See how big it gets? So now I am going to take Dawn dish soap, and I actually just put a little bit on my hand here. And then I really just work it into this sponge. Because your sponge also harbors bacteria. And so I want a nice, clean sponge. I'm gonna get a little more. Because I want it to be nice and pink when I'm done and not brown. And I do my sponge, it depends like how yucky it is, but usually every week or 2 weeks on my sponge, or just out of the blue if I notice it looks yucky, I'm going to clean it. It's still not warm. But you can tell already how it's starting to get a lot more pink. But I just keep working it and working it. I just can't believe how long it's lasted me. I have got to order a new one. I really do. And then I will keep squeezing here until there's no more bubbles left, because I want it rinsed out really well. But I think with the Dawn dish soap, you know, it just really cleans it really well. And that way too, any of the beeswax, you know, or anything from the ingredients that's left on here gets rinsed out, washed out. Look how much better that looks. But see, it's still a little dark right here. So I would take a little bit more. And I know they're not very expensive, but still, I mean, I'm going to use it as long as I possibly can, no matter what the cost is. There's no sense in getting rid of a perfectly good sponge that I could clean. So and you could use any kind of soap. You don't have to use Dawn dish soap or anything, but that's just what I prefer to use. But you can tell it's just so much more clean. And you can definitely tell how much bigger these things are compared to when they're dry. And always use a damp sponge. Like, you want to get it good and wet and then wring it out. I always wring mine out in a towel when I use it. So I'm just going to wring it out in my towel. Plus too, that helps it dry, but look how much better that looks. And I've been using this thing for 3 months, and so that's crazy. So anyway, if you have any questions or anything, like I said, I'm using the Cinema Blend on this, or Cinema Secrets, sorry. But really, I mean, whatever you feel comfortable using. When Mascara's brush cleaner does come in stock, I'm definitely going to buy it, because I'd like to try it, and I'm sure cotton candy smells a lot better than this, even though this isn't too bad. Anyway, that's how I clean mine. Just take care of your stuff, and you don't want the bacteria on your skin. Have a great night. Bye.